about James Naismith, the founder of basketball. You know, he first started without the backboard. How do you think this would have turned out if we would have had the game, you know, like this? Or how do you think that would have been?
Well, I think that would be a lot different because, you know, the fact of not having a backboard, it changes the game completely. It changes a whole total different game with no backboard.
Basketball Remix!
What is Basketball to Remix? Basketball to Remix is exactly what the name implies. The game of basketball remixed with other stuff to create a new, challenging, and exciting modern version of the game of basketball. This is episode 20 and the final episode of a 10-part series answering the question, what is Basketball to Remix?
That was good, you know, competition, perfect. Nothing but this game is perfect. It's way better than no regular basketball.
The traditional game of basketball looks nothing like the original game invented in 1891. The game has evolved and continues to evolve. However, the game of basketball has never been reimagined. No one has looked at the original game of 1891 and reimagined that game for this generation of athletes. The longer, the faster, the stronger, the more skilled basketball player. This is exactly what I have done with Basketball to Remix. Reimagine the game of basketball, then remix basketball's original concepts with Dr. James Naismith's original intent on how the game of basketball should be played, and the best concepts from other sports to create a new, faster, more challenging game of basketball. What I call the modern interpretation of the original game. Over the course of the What is Basketball to Remix series, I have covered the innovations and characteristics that make Basketball to Remix a more challenging game of basketball, a better game of basketball.
Teaches you every aspect of basketball, of the normal basketball game.
Wow.
This game, man, it's a trendsetter, you know? It's a trendsetter. It really is. We'll take the basketball game to a whole nother level. I think it's really going to pick up, especially in the hood.
Again, imagine a basketball court approximately the size of a middle school basketball court. There's a shorter but wider three-point key underneath the basket. The basket looks familiar in that the base is set off the court with an elevated arm extending the basket over the court. However, you notice that there's no backboard, and the hoop is smaller than the traditional basketball hoop. You notice as the players walk out on the court, there are only 6 instead of 10. They're playing 3-on-3 full court. As the official begins the game, you notice that the shot clock is set for 17 seconds. As you watch the competition, you are amazed at the pace of the game, and you quickly realize that no one can hide. Because there are only 3 players per team, each player has to have a full basketball skill set along with a high basketball IQ. As the game continues, you do a double take as you watch one player run off the court as another member of his team replaces him on the court, all without stopping the game. You just witness a running substitution. Then all of a sudden you're shocked again as you watch a player dribbling full speed down the sideline execute a killer crossover on the defender while stepping out of bounds. He dribbles the ball on the sideline, then executes a second dribble just inside the sideline while still physically off the court before returning to the court and executing a pass to a teammate. There is no violation. You just witness roaming. I could continue for the next hour describing new scenarios that would be created as Basketball to Remix is introduced to the market and more people play the game. However, the very last innovation of Basketball to Remix is not in the game itself, but our go-to-market plan. Of course, I'm not going to go into detail on our go-to-market strategy for Basketball to Remix. I will say we are not doing the professional basketball thing. Nope, no professional basketball league. Basketball to Remix has been created to create new economic opportunities in the sports entertainment market for urban communities around the country where local grassroots basketball used to thrive and local entrepreneurs could easily provide a community service and build a sense of community around the basketball products. Of course, this was before youth basketball became commercial, and the top talent now leaves the community every summer instead of looking forward to playing in the community every summer. Basketball to Remix is a means to an end, and that end is economic empowerment through sports entertainment.
This is exciting enough for me to come home and turn on the tube and watch it and enjoy it, you know. The concept, this is going back to basics. If you can play this game and play it well, then you are good enough to play and do better in the actual modern basketball. So that's the good thing about it.